In honor of my friend Dave here, hello Internet. It's Dave and Corey from Zapp Comics and Zapp Talk and Evolution of Fanboy and whatever else that we do here.
Real life.
We're doing a new segment this week. We're going to talk about some of our favorite stories, or one of our favorite stories. I'm going to try and do it more often. They're going to be older stories. I mean, not like super old, like Golden Age, but you know, some of the classics or modern day classics, as Tom would say.
You're just quoting everybody
Yeah,
today.
well, you know.
7 years ago.
Speaking of that, we're going to talk about one of our favorites. It's actually David and myself's favorite, Civil War.
I just segued so good by accident.
Yeah, you did.
Kind of hate myself now.
There's a lot of other reasons to hate you. But going back to this, it's actually, I can't believe it was like 2006, 2007 when this series was out. It was around when I first started working here, actually. It was right before issue 7 came out of the series. It started out kind of like, yeah, whatever, and it just took off, and it was the most successful Marvel crossover, I think, since like Secret Wars.
And you think about it, only until Marvel now, this is everything in the Marvel universe has kind of been set by this one story.
Yeah, and it was successful. Like Avengers vs. X-Men, Fear itself, they started out good, and unfortunately just kind of went nowhere. You know, it was just like, okay, nothing happened.
Do we even say what story we're talking about yet?
You're talking about Civil War.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about Civil War.
I showed him the book already.
Oh.
See?
Just want to make sure.
Right there.
Looks good. Looks like a good read.
By Mark Millar and Steve McNiven. I love this story, not only because it's a good story, but this exposed me to Steve McNiven's art, which is gorgeous. If you ever get a chance to look at it. He doesn't do a lot. He does a lot of covers now, or he'll do like a main story, because I think his art's really in depth, so he can't really commit to a monthly series. But this is the artwork in this is gorgeous.
It's incredible, and the thing is, it really spans the Marvel universe. You're getting characters that you may not have seen in any Marvel book for a while.
Yeah,
just random people showing up, returns of different villains, heroes. It's runs the gamut. There's like Stingray was in there.
Yeah,
I opened the background of the page. I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, the beginning was great. I know if you haven't read it, we're not going to spoil anything for you. We have to set it up for you.
No, we can spoil it.
Pretty much, it's the base of the story is you need to be held accountable for your actions, and superheroes pretty much have free roam. They can do whatever they want. They're above the law. You know, that they can just blow up a building. Like, whoops!
They're like a bunch of Daves.
Yeah, a bunch of. So. The beginning is the New Warriors, who were a group in the 90s, and they kind of, lasted. They were hot for like a week.
They're like the Teen Titans of the Marvel universe.
Yeah, they had Speedball, Night Thrasher, and a couple other,
people you don't care about.
Yeah. So anyway,
let's tell you why you don't care about them.
They use them in this as they're like a they don't have any work. They're kind of trying to figure out something to do, so they become like a reality show. So what they do is they found a house that like some of these like D-list and F-list like supervillains were staying at, so they were gonna like
they're gonna like Dog the Bounty Hunter them.
Yeah, and they were all there like they're in the backyard playing like darts or whatever. So they they surprise them and they come in, but the problem was Nitro was there.
Nova.
Nitro.
Was it Nitro?
Yes, Nova's a good guy.
Oh, yeah, Nova. No, it is Nitro.
Nitro. They like were beating him up and whatever, and he just imploded or exploded, where I don't know, whatever.
The big deal is they wouldn't stand down because they were like, "This is our big shot. We're gonna get so much ratings taking down Nitro."
Exactly. So
it didn't work out.
He exploded and took out like 3 city blocks in a school. So
that was in session.
Yeah.
From the looks of the paper, kids are just like, "There's a school bus in front." Imagine getting ready to go home from school, and it's like, "What's a wall of fire?" And then
yeah, it was big. So they were like, "Well, listen, you guys, this can't be happening." So obviously the government and whatnot got in and said they wanted to register all the heroes. Like if you were a superhero, you needed to register and pretty much like sign up almost, and they could control you. So you have one side that's like, yes, this isn't right, we need to do this forever, and you have the other side's like, no, this is against my what we stand for. I'm not doing this, and it becomes like literally a civil war, and it just goes from there.
Everybody has their own reasons too.
Yeah, and this is where the great divide was. I know it's not really. See, if you're a new reader, it's not really in the books now.
No.
Cap and Iron Man were split in half. So you had Iron Man, which was pro-registration, and Cap, who was the all-American soldier, was like, no, I'm not doing this. This isn't what I stand for, and he went underground. So you had Iron Man team and a Cap team, but you also had people who were like, I can't fight my friend, or you kind of like in the middle, like I don't know which one to go with, and it's kind of neat the way it twists. And then Spider-Man's in it, and this is where Peter Parker, before the Brand New Day thing, Peter Parker came out and said, "I am Spider-Man" at a press conference, which was a big deal for like 2 weeks, but it did happen.
Yeah, it was the whole reason where they're like, well, why can't he just say it? Fantastic Four, everyone knows who they are. They knew this, and then you learn why.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and then
it's awesome.
I'm not a huge Punisher fan, even though I do respect the character on his own, like in the Max series. The way the Punisher is portrayed and acts in this series,
it's great.
I love him. He's awesome in this. So
it's awesome.
If you want to read it just for that, it's alone, it's cool. There's a few deaths. I mean, there's not really any spoilers type stuff because the story's old enough where you pretty much know what goes on.
Also, if they're not around now,
yeah,
or it's no spoilers. They may even be back at this point.
Yeah,
it is comic books.
It is comic books, but
I mean,
it's
Corry,
cool.
Zapp talk continuity. Corey's died like 8 times already.
But it's great. I really recommend it. It's a pretty quick read. There's side stories, but the main story arc was only 7 issues. It's in one trade. They have other ones too.
This is a great book for tie-ins.
It is.
People who say that, nobody about any other story. No one's like, oh my god, Fear Itself's out. I have to buy all the time.
And you don't have to
People
read the other
that,
ones on this, but you can if you like to.
This is one where no matter which one you picked up, they were all really good. So this is 2006. It was my first year. I think graduated high school, going into college. Was picking it up over the summer. Went to college, met some buddies, and then we'd all pick up the different tie-ins and read them together. So getting the full story, you'd really learn something that other people wouldn't know in the Civil War, and you'd actually extend the story more than other ones would. I mean, there's always the one where there's like X-Men, where the X-Men were basically just like, this happens to us every day, we don't care. And like that's all that happened. But then like Wolverine, there was a really good one. They started Frontline.
Yeah, Frontline, which
was awesome.
That one was awesome. The other ones that came after were great, horrible, but Frontline was cool.
World War Hulk Frontline was even fun, but it's basically all about the people in the Marvel Universe and about like a Frontline newspaper. So they're covering the story, and they even did some promotional pieces they sent out to comic shops where they'd make Frontline newspapers, kind of like a newspaper from the Marvel Universe. I still have a bunch of those. Those are so cool.
It's cool.
Ads. It was awesome.
It was. I remember the peak of it. I mean, I was still shopping. I wasn't working here yet, and I remember it was awesome. Like you literally would run in to get Civil War. It was, and everybody was reading it. And no matter how many you ordered, you still sold out, which was awesome. It still sells very well as a back issue. The trade sells phenomenally. It's like in our top 10 trades. Like every month when we do orders and reorders, Civil War is always on there. Everybody wants it. It's like I said, you can read it for itself, and that's it. The best part about it is after the story, so many people hated Iron Man and Stark just because they hated how he was in the book. I mean, he's different now because
until
of
the movie.
Until the movie, Iron Man was like the dog. Everybody hated him, and Cap was beloved. And this actually led into the death of Captain America afterwards in his series with Brubaker.
Spoilers.
I'm not spoiling it.
He
came back like forever ago.
Oh, you spoiled that too! Oh my God, Corey.
Anyways, I would definitely check it out. Again, Civil War by Mark Millar and Steve McNiven. Beautifully done. Just for the art alone is awesome, but thankfully has a great story with it.
Yeah.
Definitely check it out. I'd recommend it. Definitely. Even if you're not a Marvel guy.
I'd recommend it. There's certain books that you read. They tell people to read Identity Crisis. People read Infinity Gauntlet. I feel like when it comes to those stories, Civil War is going to be one that...
Yeah, Civil War. In a way, I think
the Marvel Universe.
Civil War is, in the past, 10 to 15 years, it's always number one. I mean, Infinity Gauntlet's there. But Infinity Gauntlet was quiet until the movie stuff popped back up. But this is always, since it ended, it's always a top seller. So I would definitely check it out.
The Marvel event.
The essential Marvel event. For the new reader. Definitely.
They could pay you for that. In the back of the book from now on. The essential event. Corey Brown.
Bye. Bye, guys. Another segue to leave, because Dave just killed this video. Thanks,
you
Dave.
Again.
See ya.
So much extra
hair. I need to cut my hair too. You have your little hat on today.
I know.
It's gonna be 60 on Monday, dude.
I wanted to wear it down.
Oh man, that just didn't sound right.